This channel is for adults and not for kids. Hey guys, thanks for stopping back by. Today I wanted to show you guys two very cool action figures. These are action figures from the 1978 George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead. This is the Plaid Shirt Zombie and Flyboy Zombie. I absolutely love Romero's Dawn of the Dead. I think that both it and the original Night of the Living Dead, both of those don't get enough toy love. There aren't enough action figures from those two properties. But these are definitely cool. And I thought I would show them off to you today. Let's start with the Plaid Zombie. So he comes with one of those little Mezco display stands. That's him on the movie poster back there. That's his face. He's got that grayish blue look to him. And a lot of times I hear people crying and bitching over that when it comes to Romero zombies. That grayish blue color. And people are like, I don't like it. It looks funny. They're all blue. Well, buddy, you haven't been around enough dead people. If you've seen as many dead people as I've seen working in a hospital, that grayish blue color, once all the blood leaves them, is pretty dang accurate. And it's not like he's a Smurf. It's not like blue. It's a grayish blue, like what happens when all the blood leaves the body. He's got a cloth outfit, cloth clothes. A lot of nice detail on him. And I thought I would compare him to the NECA version for you guys so you can see the comparison. Let me turn Goblin down just a touch. Okay. So this is the NECA Plaid Shirt Zombie. And if you guys saw my other video called There's No More Room in Hell, when I show off all my zombie figures, this one is shown in that episode. And like I said in that episode, this is no slouch. This figure looks amazing. I just wish that NECA could go back and redo this figure with the way they do figures nowadays. Still though, if they never revisit it, this is an amazing action figure. Let's do a side by side. I don't know, they're both pretty goddamn good. There's aspects of the NECA one that I really like, and then there's parts of this Mezco one that I really love. I don't know, I like them both. I'm just greedy. Next up, we've got Steven, aka Flyboy. Man, Flyboy, he was just a fuck up. Everything he did was just, he just screwed up all the time. And it got him exactly to the position you see him in now. Let's take him off the stand. Great likeness. He's got that big old nasty bite in his neck. Amazing performance. The way that Flyboy walked around on his foot made it, made his foot look like it was busted, or his ankle was broken. Just amazing. And they sculpted his, like, that's as straight as you can make his head, because Flyboy walks around like that anyway, like his neck is busted. But they don't really give you the option. The straightest you can get his neck is like that. So that's about as straight as his head will get. I mean, but most of the time you're gonna have him walked around like that anyway, because that's the way he was in the movie. Oops, dropped his gun. I did like that in the movie, how he's just sort of holding on to the gun like he doesn't remember how to use it, or it was just something that was attached to him. Okay, so here's the comparison time. This NECA is pretty goddamn hard to beat. Put them side by side. I mean, they both really look like him. Which one do you guys think looks more like Flyboy? There's one more. This is the Figma Flyboy. Who is a lot shorter. I think the Mezco has the color perfect. Like the NECA one might be a little too blue, starts drifting into that Smurf territory. Still an amazing action figure though. The Figma one is a little darker blue. That one's really dark. That one's a little less dark, but I think this one gets it just right. This Mezco one. So the Mezco ones, they don't come with a whole hell of a lot of accessories. They both just come with a stand and one of those little grippy arms that you plug into the stand. And Flyboy comes with his gun, and that's it. I had wanted these pieces for a long time. I never pulled the trigger on them, but they were on Amazon. They were marked down to 120 bucks for 2 figures, which is pretty cheap for Mezco stuff. So that's 60 bucks a figure. That's pretty cheap, seeing how Mezco 112 figures nowadays, they go for a minimum of like 85 bucks. So after shipping, you're looking at like $100 a figure. And I got the 2 of these guys for 120, and then shipping was free. So I felt pretty good about it. That's just that's just me rationalizing and justifying the purchase I just made. That's what I do, is I convince myself that it was such a hell of a good deal. You know what I mean? Fuck it. We all do that. I was happy that I was able to get these 2 monsters for a cheaper price than what they were going for. So that did make me happy. Do you guys have these figures? I know these were some of the earlier Mezco figures for the 112 line. You know, these are from a couple years back. And I had always wanted them, but I never pulled the trigger, and then I finally got them, and I got this in Friday. So 2 days ago I got this in, and super pleased with it. Which versions do you guys like better? The NECA on the left or the Mezco ones? It's kind of hard for me to choose because I like aspects of both. I think, though, if you put a gun to my head and I had to choose, I would pick the new Mezco ones. But those NECA figures are no slouch. I do wish that NECA would go back and revisit these. Maybe with a better plastic. But I doubt they will. This is a movie from, you know, this is like a 50-year-old movie now, and I don't think they're gonna revisit it. I would love it if NECA or Mezco would do Night of the Living Dead, especially Mezco. That would be awesome to do, like the cemetery ghoul, or, you know, Johnny after he turns into a zombie. Or, you know, it could be cool if NECA did like a Dawn of the Dead 4-pack with all 4 of the heroes, and then you could get another 4-pack of maybe like the 4 coolest looking zombies. Still, to this day, I say the scariest looking zombie from Dawn of the Dead is Roger when he turns. He looks like death itself when he sits up in bed and his face is just all those crazy wrinkles, and he just looks horrible. He is the scariest looking zombie in that movie, I think. And I don't know if it has something to do with the fact that we got to like him as a character. You know, he was like one of the good guys. He was like one of our friends that we were on that journey with. And then to see him transform, it just was, you know, horrible. But just the makeup alone made him look like nightmare fuel. So I don't know why nobody has ever made a Roger zombie. I was sad that NECA and Mezco, for that fact, never continued with any more of the characters from this film. But I am pleased with what we have. I do not own those. There's a set of Japanese action figures of the Tom Savini character, the plaid shirt zombie, and I think maybe Roger. But they're done in a sort of very cartoony sort of look. Their proportions are kind of wonky. They look kind of like Eon Flux. Like they're very long and skinny with exaggerated hands and feet. I don't own that set of Dawn of the Dead figures. You guys can look those up if you want to see what I'm talking about, but they are Japanese Dawn of the Dead action figures, and there's like 3 or 4 of them in the line, but they're just too really cartoony for my tastes. Not cartoony in the way that Mezco sort of caricatures things, but cartoony like fucking Bugs Bunny cartoony. So those just aren't for me. There was one more zombie that NECA made that I never got a hold of. That was the Hare Krishna zombie. I never did grab that one, and now when you find that one, he's super expensive. So maybe I'll be able to find a loose one, but I'm just rambling about dead people now. So I just wanted to show these off to you guys. I just got them in on Friday, and I thought you guys might dig taking a look at them. Yeah, let me know in the comments which ones you guys like more, the NECA or the Mezco. Like I said, I like them both, but if I had to choose, I'd probably pick the Mezco ones. All right, guys. Thanks for stopping back by. Remember, when there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. And happy Halloween.